Part C, a hadith on virtues and blessings of al-Kalimat al-Tayyibah. Part C includes such a hadith that describe the Fadail, virtues, and Barakat, blessings, of reciting al-Kalima al-Tayyibah. In the foregoing, we have seen that there are many ayat on this subject, which goes to prove that the numbers of a hadith on this subject must be far more numerous. It is, therefore, difficult to record them all here. Only a few clear examples would be given here. Hadith 1. Al-Kalima al-Tayyibah is the best remembrance, and Alhamdulillah, the best dua. Jabir, God be pleased with him, narrates that the exemplar prophet, fine contact upon him and wholeness, has said, of all the remembrance, the repetition of there is no God but God is the best, and the best of all supplications is the praise for God. An Jabrin Anna Nabiya Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam Qala Afdalu Dhakre La ilaha illallah Wafdalu Du'a'e Alhamdulillah. And this is narrated by Tirmidhi. Note that La ilaha illallah is the best of all adhkar is quite evident. It is described as such in many ahadith. In fact, when the whole of deen depends on this kalima of tawheed, there can hardly be any doubt that it is the highest of all remembrance. Again, Alhamdulillah has been regarded as the best supplication because praising one who is the most generous is in fact a form of begging. It is a common experience that writing compliments in praise of a man of wealth or of authority does not mean anything other than begging his favors or riches. Ibn Abbas Radiyallahu anhu says, the one who recites La ilaha illallah should follow it with Alhamdulillah, because in the Quran, the verse Fad'uhu Mukhlasina Lahuddin, ask God with sincere devotion, Surah 40, 865, is followed by Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, all praise for God, who is the sustainer of all the universe. Surah 40, 865. Mullah Ali Qari Rahmatullah has stated, there is not the slightest doubt that al-Kalima al-Tayyibah is by far the best and foremost of all adhkar, because it is the root and fundamental basis of the deen, and the whole religion of Islam centers around it. It is for this reason that the Sufis and saints emphasize its importance and prefer it over all other adhkar, and advise their followers to practice it as much as possible. Also, the actual experience has shown that the benefits derived from al-Kalima al-Tayyibah far outnumber those which result from other forms of dhikr. There is a well-known story of al-Sayyid Ali ibn Maymun al-Maghribi. Once, al-Sheikh Urwan al-Habawi, who himself was a great scholar, mufti, and teacher of his time, came for learning dhikr. The Sayyid Rahmatullah devoted special attention to him and made him give up all his routines, such as teaching and writing fatwa, and take up dhikr all the time. At this, the common people started freely indulging in fault-finding and condemnation. They started a campaign of criticism that the Sheikh had been lost to them, and the people were being deprived of his benefits. A few days later, when the Sayyid Rahmatullah alayhi came to know that Al-Sheikh Bulawan was occasionally reciting the Quran, he stopped him from this recitation also. Well, what about the verse Sad wal Qurani di dhikr? You know, the Quran, the Quran's the chief of remembrance. At this, the people lost patience and openly accursed the Sayyid Rahmatullah alayhi of irreligion and going astray. After some time, when the Sheikh observed that the dhikr had its effect on his heart, the Sayyid Rahmatullah alayhi allowed him to resume recitation of the Quran. When he opened the book, every word and ayah emerged with new meanings and significance he had never thought of before. The Sayyid Rahmatullah alayhi then told Al-Sheikh Al-Hamawi that he had not intended to stop his recitation, but in fact he had desired to develop in him spiritual awareness, which was a prerequisite for the recitation of the Quran. As this kalima constitutes the fundamental basis of religion and the root of Iman, faith, the greater the devotion to this kalima, the more firmly the Iman will be rooted. Iman depends on this kalima, and the very existence of this world depends on it. According to a hadith, the day of Qiyamah will not dawn as long as there exists on earth a single man reciting the kalima, La ilaha illallah. This is reported in other hadith also, as long as there lives a single man on the earth who remembers Almighty Allah, Qiyamah, doomsday will not take place. Remember, you gotta have the H at the end of Allah and Qiyamah and various things.